my beautiful people? You know who it is, your girl Serena, the Ninth Moon Goddess. Welcome to Ninth Moon Spiritual Academy. All right, today we're talking about Big Zaddy Jupiter, okay? We're going to jump right into it. For those of us who use our Bible in our workings, we see that money is like a spirit, especially in the books Mark and Luke, considering that it's intangible and invisible. These things I'm about to talk about is about being wealthy and rich, not just about money or having money, but about being wealthy. The same as when I made the solar plexus video, that's about wealth and not money. Wealth is a state of positive income and finances, and here's where a lot of our mindsets need to change. It may seem more challenging to do this in these circumstances, especially if you're living in the US, but it can be done. As time goes by and things are changing, it's up to us to follow the flow of things. But one thing remains the same, no matter how different they look, is that the symbol for any type of currency will always be sigils and talismans. Sigils and talismans that represent money. Again, referencing my solar plexus chakra video that I will link below, okay? Money can act any way you want it to. It can be benevolent or malevolent. It just depends on how you handle it, just like magic or any type of knowledge that you gain. You can be the master or the victim of money, just the same with magic. Now, Jesus spoke about mammon. And mammon is a Hebrew word for wealth, and it's also known as a falling angel, or excuse me, a demon rather. But that's a more in depth video, and we're not specifically speaking on that, but we'll make a video about that later. Okay, but Jesus said you cannot serve both God and mammon. So that means you must master mammon. Baby, don't chase the bag. Let that bag chase you, okay? Now, speaking of Jesus, let's bring in the 12 disciples. Now, it is believed that this is a story based upon astrology, meaning calculations and foretellings based on the observations of heavenly bodies or celestial bodies. Celestial means the sky or the heavens, or better yet, astronomy. And astronomy includes astrology, science, occult studies of the heavenly bodies. And I like the way Jordan Maxwell tells the story of Jesus being a metaphor for the sun and the 12 disciples representing the zodiacs. The zodiacs are ruled by planets, which are other celestial bodies. Here's the thing, since we're in the Gregorian month of June, June is the name of a Roman goddess who is the wife of Jupiter. And some of her attributes include being the goddess of fertility and childbirth, okay? But here's where I want us to get to talking and calling in Big Sky Zaddy Jupiter. Jupiter is not only a celestial body or spirit that can bring you immense wealth. He's just not the only one, but he is the most well-known one. And I'm personifying him, the Jupiter as a he. But Jupiter is the well-known one. Now, Jupiter is tied to sovereignty, kingship, freedom, and mastery. And this is why I want to speak about it. The celestial body Jupiter, just like any other spirit or energy we choose to work with, sometimes you would just have to build a relationship with it. And I'm ruled by the sign in my birth chart, and this is why I speak on it. I was born under it. But for those of you that may not have been out and you want to work with Jupiter, I would say take the time to start and develop a relationship with Jupiter if you're interested or called. If money is the only thing you seek and not true mastery over your life in every aspect, you might as well stop the video right here, okay? All right, because he's Big Zaddy, but you can't just use him to be your sugar daddy. All right, but for those of you who chose to stay and listen to the video, I'm glad you're here. Now let's get into the thick of it. Jupiter can also be associated with Jehovah. Now I want to say something about this. What billionaire do we know that uses this name in entertainment? We'll come back to that because that's another video. But let me tell you another name for Jupiter is Jove. Now, what does that sound like? You know who I'm talking about. But yes, Jupiter is a supreme deity associated with the pantheon, like Enlil. And we hear Billy Carson speak of this a lot, Enlil. There's Dagda, Zeus, and many others that Jupiter is associated with. And Jupiter is also associated with freak thunderstorms and lightning blasts. Okay. Just to give you a little back knowledge about me, um, and I've been studying across different modalities and technologies, and I am the daughter of Oya as well. And I was born on Thursday, and then you see why Thor, the god of lightning and thunder, is associated with Thursday and is associated with Jupiter, with lightning and thunder. So I feel like I'm pretty comfortable enough to talk about this. But let's touch more on the poetic name for Jupiter, which is Jove. Jove is the best name for the invocation of Jupiter. Etymology wise, it means God of the sky and chief of the gods. It also means sky father, which can be compared to Zeus. And Zeus can be compared to Jesus. Now, some people say that the name Jesus means hail Zeus. I am not confirming or denying that. But what I want you to think about, as I have thought about, is that Jesus, who says that he is the Son, S-O-N, or Son, S-U-N, of God, he comes in his Father's name. Jupiter is the biggest celestial body in our solar or sun system. What people don't realize is Jesus talked incessantly about the kingdom of God, and we're just talking about the most common verses of the Bible. Now, this is a quote I found researching online. It says, it often surprises Christians when they discover just how much the Bible talks about money. In fact, there are more than 2,300 verses on money, wealth, and possessions. Jesus spoke about money roughly 15% of his preaching, and 11 out of 39 parables. It was his most talked about topic. I did see some controversy about that going back and forth, but that's neither here nor there. Jesus talked about money. So the numbers may be off, but there is no denying Jesus made mention a lot of the kingdom, and he made mention of money. So that takes us back to where I said that Jupiter is not just a planet of wealth and prosperity, but it's also associated with sovereignty and the art of kingship. Okay. Even when you think of the words kingdom and freedom, the major vibration of those words are om, the om that's at the end. Om or om, the five, it represents the five different elements. The five planets represent these five vibrations. Jupiter for space or ether or spirit, Saturn for air, Mars for fire, Mercury for earth, and Venus for water. I'm going to let you in. I'm going to let you sit with that for a while, because my next video coming up is going to also be about working with Mercury, so that you'll know how to deal with the money. Okay, so Mercury is right up in there with Jupiter as well. But if you like what you heard so far, because this is just part one, comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow. I love you, and make sure you come back and visit us for part two. Bye.